We've seen the creation of our world, but now, big history is about to die.
Hi, this is Channel News 4, and I am Mrs. Chen.
I am Ms. D'Angelo.
And we have important news to tell you about an important book by Williams Peter.
Believe it or not, there's always an end to a beginning. The Earth has been around here for 4.4 billion years, and scientists have predicted that it is in its mid-age.
Oh, sorry. Hold on one second. Okay, breaking news. We have something very important to say. There's a meteor coming to planet Earth. Repeat, to planet Earth. So please hide your kids and hide your wife.
Your husbands, hide your kids, hide your wife. There's an apocalypse happening.
We gotta go.
Would the apocalypse of our world be the final threshold of big history?
Think about it. You've seen how everything was created with the previous thresholds, but where in the timeline do they talk about that?
A apocalypse is one of the most common events that humans will share in life. Everyone will experience death at one point in their life. Death symbolizes an end to what a beginning.
Ingredients to death as a threshold is the cause of death, time, and location.
The Goldilocks condition in this threshold is fragile life. Of course, all life is fragile, but many people never get to think how easy it is to kill someone or something.
The new complexity that is in this threshold is that it allows new forms of life to be allowed on Earth without being too overpopulated. Another new complexity is that it could be a creation of a better world or the end.
Death can be caused by many different ways, some fast, some slow. Your life can be flashing right before your eyes, or it can be slow, painful experience in your life.
Men fear death, as if it's unquestionably the greatest evil, and yet no man knows that it may not be the greatest good.
Death does not only affect us, but everything around us, like nature, animals, and all the other resources we have today.
But how does death relate to the apocalypse and the effect to our world? There are many ways that death is involved with the apocalypse and how it affects the world we live in.
If death was not an option when living organisms first stepped foot on Earth, our world today would be so out of control and chaotic. There are three thresholds that are related to our new threshold apocalypse. First is the Big Bang, the next threshold, stars light up, and the third threshold is life. The Big Bang is the origin of the universe. How this relates to the apocalypse is that with the start and creation of Earth, it will all end later in the future. When there was once nothing in space, there will soon be nothing in space in our perspective because we're going to be dead. The Big Bang has started the whole big history timeline because it created the Earth for things to happen on it. With the apocalypse happening, it will all end.
Imagine what it would feel like if you looked up at the stars and you saw nothing, no stars at all. Well, that's what it was like for about 200 million years after the Big Bang. As the universe expanded, it got colder and colder and darker, and frankly less and less like a place that might produce things like you and me.
Life is a major part in our worlds because it is everywhere on Earth. Life all around us involves not only humans but plants, animals, and nature. If the apocalypse were to happen, all life would be affected because it is going to end. Apocalypse is a new threshold of decreasing complexity because it will be abolishing most of the species. Its emerging properties of the destruction of Earth made it different and more complex than the threshold that came before it. Its diverse ingredients are a cause of death, the time, and location. It is precisely arranged because it is more fragile than the threshold that came before it because it is the decrease of mankind. Collective learning led to this new threshold through the process of the waste of human resources. Collective learning influenced the trends by decreasing the population. Collective learning affected the Goldilocks condition by killing all of mankind. Therefore, collective learning made this new threshold possible because it's the Earth's destiny.